Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Angry Cast and No Man's Sky, the abandoned universe, or the abandoned mode, or abandon everything. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. We are doing a voiceover because I've been playing the last 2 hours with my mute button on, so we didn't get anything. So I got to figure out what we were doing. I did a little bit of redecorating around the base. It's still not where I want it to be, but it's about as good as it's going to get for right now. And we've got all of our biodomes set up, and we can go and collect, and we can make a few of these stasis devices and fusion igniters, because we should have enough space. Yeah. Problem is that we gotta. It's a hell of a lot of effort to do so. But as you can see right now, I have this one container that's got all of the items in it that I need, plus a few things, and I've nicely organized it by color somewhat. But then there's products that we've got from other things over, and you can see I've already built 5 of these with the built up 5 of each with the built up resources that I have. But we're going to go ahead and try to just do some more and see what can we can get out of these. I got some stuff hanging out in the refiners to get for condensed carbon, because we need that. We're also going to need to go get everything here from out the biodomes. So let's go ahead and get them. No, I've got one biodome each, except for star bulbs and fungal mold. I have 2 of those because you need like 600 fungal mold just to make one of the I think not the acid or whatever the one thing is. I think it's the acid. And I also have some nip buds, because why not? But I've got 2 star bulb things, because you also need an extra set of star bulb as well. I've got 283,000 for 10, nip. Not too shabby. We're going to do something a little bit later that's going to, determine what we want to do, whether we want to keep doing this or we want to do something else in order to make a lot of money. But let's go ahead and continue getting all of the items. We've got the frost crystal, because we need to make glass and living glass for these things. Because this is like the top tier thing you can build, the stasis device and the fusion igniter. Now, I had done a couple of series of videos where it was like, oh, let's build liquid explosives and such, and that was like the second tier level items, but this is the top tier. Okay, here we go. We got our condensed carbon. We got 2250. We're gonna need. Well, I'm sorry. We got carbon. I need to refill my carbon, but the condensed carbon we've got about 1116. Not too shabby. I think I'm going to need probably about, I think about 1200 carbon or 600 condensed carbon, but I don't know for sure. But now we also got to go to all of our bases and collect all of the other items. Like, I've got all the plants, but let's take a look at this here real quick. I got the stasis device alone takes excuse me. The stasis device. I'm sorry, my brain. The stasis device alone takes all these items to build it from the bottom up, and you can see we've got to go, like I said, go collect the other stuff. But there's 50, 50, 50, 50. There's 300, or 100, 200, 300 condensed carbon. So I need at least 600 carbon 1,200 carbon to make 600 carbon condensed carbon in order to do both of the stasis device and a fusion igniter, because they both take the same thing. And then when you look at it, we also have the ionized cobalt, which also requires me to get extra cobalt to refine that into ionized cobalt. We need 150. So I think I needed 400 between the 2 items to do one, because if I had 400 condensed cobalt, or I could take 200 ionized cobalt. But you can see we have to go through each one of these things and build up, like I said, 600 fungal mold just for one acid. So I had 1,200 just to do one of these, or 2 of these, I guess. I also needed the magnetized ferrite. So we need a good bit of amount of those, like 200. So pure ferrite. So we've got magnetized ferrite that we can refine into pure ferrite, and I have a base just for that, which isn't bad. But it's tedious to go through and collect all of the items. So let's look at all the bases we have to go look at, which is we have rusted metal prime, and pyrite prime, and phosphorus prime, sulfurine prime, radon prime, uranium prime, dioxide prime, paraffinium prime, magneferrite prime, nitrogen prime, ammonia prime, and I think that's about the last one we needed to get as far as what we need to have for this particular thing. Oh yeah, and I have a couple other ones, some sodium molds ones and all that stuff. But yeah, so we need to go and collect all these things. Now these are all scattered across, and I don't have any particular order on them either. That's the problem. Is if I was going within the same system to go to one of these bases, then it would be easier. But I don't have to go across different systems for it. So okay, let's take a look. What are we doing here? Because I don't even remember at this point. Let's see. It's yeah, I've got okay. So I've already gone through all the bases and I've collected all of the items. No need to have you watch me do that because it takes a long amount of time for it to happen. But we can go ahead and build the items. So we have all of that stuff, and I've got to, let's see here, I've got to get some more. No, I'm good there. Okay, so let's go ahead and we just build each item, and then build the second level of items, and then the third level items. But you can see we've got a lot of stuff just for that one. And then on the other item, the Stasis device, it's not the fungal mold that you need a lot of, it's the star bulb you need a lot of, because you build the polyfiber or the acid. That's where we end up spending a lot of our time. So let's go ahead and let's see here. What do we need to do? We need to so I didn't have enough. I don't have enough fungal mold because, like I said, I only had 800 between those two. I need to make 1600. So I can do that by just adding in extra ammonia along with the fungal mold, and that'll double the amount of fungal mold I have. So yay! That it's a load of fun, isn't it? It's a load of fun doing all this shit. It's the other way I did it is I had all 8 or 9 bases with 10 or 12 biodomes with all the stuff to have so I could make 20 stasis device and 20 fusion ignitors, and that gets me roughly about 300 million units, which that sets you up pretty good for a while. Does not hurt to have that kind of cash lying about. Alright, let's check our refining process. We got 2200 pure ferrite so far. That should be plenty. Enough to build what we need to build, but we're trying to see how much we can actually make with all this stuff. And like I said, I'm only probably going to get 1 or 2 out of these, out of this batch. So that being said, I will make probably around 30 million, maybe a little bit more. And then my easiest way to get carbon is just to either collect it all here, but that's not that much. But I have a ton of oxygen because I have that oxygen tank going on top of the base, on top of the building over there, and that I can turn that directly into carbon. So yeah, it works out pretty well. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Let's just make each one individually. I don't want to go crazy and just start spamming it because I might run out of stuff for the other side of this, which is the stasis device. But let's go ahead and just individually get one of each right now to see where we got. Well, my inventory is stinking full because I got to make so much stuff at one time. I got to have I'm going to put all this stuff in the ingredients storage. I don't know what they can do with the ingredients, but go ahead and put it there. And in these things, we'll just shove them somewhere. Why not? Yeah. Cadmium, we don't really do that. Rusted metal, yeah. So it's either you can do the rusted metal base, which will make the pure, it'll double into the ferrite dust, and then you can 1-to-1 ratio for the ferrite, or you can just do the magnetized ferrite and go backwards into the pure ferrite. But okay, let's see here. We got that. And the superconductor now we got to make, but we need to get the the enriched carbon. Now we can do the superconductor, and then we can make the quantum processor, and then the dirty bronze, the Herox, and crap. I need more stuff. Alright. I need the ammonia. I ran out of ammonia because I was using it for refining. Alright. So we need to make the Herox, we needed that. We need an Illimium, and then we can make the Geodesite, and then we can make the portable reactor. We're going to make the portable reactor first. Whoops. Portable reactor, and then now we can make the fusion igniter. Okay, so that's 15 mil right there, and now we can go ahead and make the stasis device as well. Alright, stasis device. Again, we have to make the heat capacitor. Now the polyfiber. Now, of course, I'll always tell you that you should not sell your big ticket items at the space station, that you should go and find a trading post. And we do have the economy scanner installed on our ship, so we can locate a trading post just by going into our settings and choosing it, the search for nearby trade event. The thing about this, though, is, and I think we find out later, I think I'm going to find out in a couple down the road later when we try this. We are going to find out that it doesn't always matter, and I don't know if that's just from being in the abandoned mode because the economy is somewhat broken. You don't have the normal trading system that you have in the regular game because there's no NPCs to help the economy and crashing the economy one way or the other. So it's like sometimes you can either get a better deal at the trading post or sometimes you get to do a better deal at the space station based on what you're trying to sell. It's also would be helpful if the damn thing loaded in the world and you're not just going to walk off into the abyss. Yeah, actually, oh no, it's there. It's okay, cool. I know I have a base where if I walk off of the edge of the platform where it's not loaded in, I fall through the world. So I was just kind of a little bit concerned. Well, there's nothing landing there, but this thing went off like they were. So let's go ahead and look and see what we're going to get out of this. So selling. Yeah, selling. And we're going to go down and find Stasis. Whoop, we passed it up. Stasis device. 94 million for 6. It's like that's basically 15 million per. And then 98 for the 98 for this, the Stasis device, and 96 for the fusion igniter. And I don't know what the price would be at the space station right now. But we're going to go ahead and try and see what we got here with this. So yeah, 94 for the Stasis device and 98 for the fusion igniter. Now, not to say that we couldn't have gone to a better system and maybe sold it, but again, how do you find that good system? I don't know if the economy works the way it does, where you can find one system that has a trading partner. Like if you find a commodities, what they call the green system, and I don't mean by planet, I mean the actual economy, green economy. Then you should buy there and go to a purple economy. Or if you go to an orange economy, you go to a yellow economy. If you go from a yellow economy, then you go to a cyan. That whole big thing. There's people have gone a lot of ways towards figuring that out, and they're great for doing so. But for the most part, I don't necessarily know whether or not you will get better prices if you keep looking. And I don't really want to look for them. I really don't want to have to go try to find them. So let's go on to something else, shall we? Now, even though we have made a decent amount of money, 98, 180 something, almost 200 million units. The whole point of doing that was in order to upgrade the Starship, in order to unlock more storage slots. But that's 55 million, and it keeps getting to be more every time you buy one. So for 55 million, I can get one storage slot unlocked, but then I'd have to spend more. So this is not exactly the best way for us to be to max out the ship, but I mean, it really is a grind in order to do it. For me to go through all those steps and pick up all the items and then make the 2 items and then go and sell them and then come here and I only get maybe 1 or 2 slots per batch, I'm not going to get that much out of it. I mean, I think you're better off just traveling through to different space station or different systems and checking the containers around the 2 ends of the space station to see if you can get. Usually, you can get like a slot for your multi-tool, an expansion slot for your exosuit, and at least maybe 1 for the ship. So that's always a good thing to do. Now, if I had figured out a way to do my 300 million, that'd be a lot better. But still, I'd only be 6. So. It's not great. I want to get all of this stuff opened up in the Starship so I can max it out. And we know how to find upgrades, so I want to have a place for the upgrades as well. I mean, we have all these other items we can put in there, and we have we need to go get an indium drive, and we need we can unlock the Atlantid drive, but we have to get the indium first, and we have to get some Atlantidium. I don't know. In order to do that. But I'm not exactly sure how we even find a purple system. You know what I mean? Because we don't have a quest that sends us that way. We have to look for it in the galaxy map. So we need we have some of these things, but we need to go and get some more supplies, and that will require a lot of effort on my part in order to go look for other planets in order to get. The great thing is you have the ability to pin the item you're looking for, and it'll push you in the right direction for the galaxy map. What we do need definitely need some more wiring looms. Those are going to be essential to us building the things that we need to build. And I have nothing else I can really sell. Boy, they want fish. Interesting. We haven't even got to fishing yet. But apparently this place is looking for some fish. Alrighty. Okay. Yay. Now, luckily, I did happen to find along my travels a dissonance world so that we can go and get the Atlantidium in order to build the Atlantid Drive. That's not going to be fun for multiple reasons. One, my frame rates will die probably about as many times as I will. And yeah, but so I think we have other places we need to go as well. We need to, go ahead and get the. Come on, we need to get work our way up to it. So let's go ahead and go back to the base here and go look for something. I think I have emerald. I think I need emerald is what I'm looking for. I'm trying to decipher my own. Instead of cutting right here, we're going to talk through the entire travel. That was crazy. Why did we do that? Who knows? Anyways, yeah, back at the base, and I'm going to eventually have to move all this stuff into the other thing. But looking at the, we've got the Atlantid Drive. We need the indium, and we need Atlantidium and living glass, and then for the indium drive, I'm going to have to get the emerald in order to get the other thing. In order to get the indium, I need to get the emerald first. So you have to go that route, unless you're gifted somehow. Unless you're gifted a drive by in some sort. But I went to the wrong thing here. Okay, so we have 358 emerald. Well, that's enough for us to build the drive. So let's go ahead and get the indium drive built. I don't have enough. Are you kidding me? I don't have enough? How do I not have enough? I thought I would have had enough. Wow. Oh, I only bought 4. I should have bought the 5th one. Well, okay, fine. Fine. Well, we'll do that. We'll play your game. Oh, wait. What? Why don't I have... What happened to the damn emerald I had? Oh, did I not... What? Wait a second. I must have screwed that up, but we still need to have... I already had the emerald in it, or what was the problem there? I don't know, but we're building a fuel cell, warp cell for this, so we can go find the next thing. Oh, yeah, I must have built it, and then it's showing... I can't build it again. I don't know why it was showing me emerald. Who knows? Can't tell you what I was doing, what my brain was thinking. This was recorded 9 days before this voiceover. So that tells you about my brain. Oh, I probably had COVID when I did this. Gosh. Yeah, I got COVID again, and I was probably out of my brain, not knowing what I was doing. Oh, shit. Okay, well, let's go ahead and travel. We can go and find a different location. You can see the economy levels, but it doesn't tell us anything about where minerals are at. This is just going to take us along the path to the galactic core. There was a purple one. There's a purple one. Okay, so Atlantid. Okay, well, I mean there's no real way to figure that out, but there was a purple system, but because I couldn't, and I think the thing was, I tried to pin a quartzite, and I couldn't. But if you go into the catalog and guide, and the raw materials, exotic raw materials, yeah, everything's there. You can pin, like indium, locate the substance, and it'll tell you, hey, go to your galaxy map, and we'll find you a location, and it takes you right there, current mission, to go get indium. But I think we're gonna find out at some point that we don't have the ability to do that with the quartzite, and I don't know if that's a problem with the with the abandoned mode or something else. No matter. But here we are in this brand new system, and that's got indium that we can go get in order to build the. And then the funny thing is I think I need, we need indium for other things as well. Some items have indium that we need, so we're going to go set up another planet. Whoop! What the heck? Input coordinates. What did I get now? Oh, that Dreams of the Deep. We're not going to be doing that anytime soon. Nah, that's yeah. And I understand that works because there's no NPCs involved. It's all abandoned. It basically is abandoned. Like, all you do is pick up logs and do the underwater stuff, which is fine. But I don't really care to do it right now. What I'd like to do right now is to go into the space station and see what kind of goodies I can get from it, which we got upgrades, a launch thruster module. We can, of course, just pay to get another spot in our exosuit or technology for our exosuit, which we need to do. But we can also, let's see here, what else can we get? Of course, we've got no, I'm sitting down. I don't want to sit down. I want to search. There we go. But salvage data, not a horrible thing. Okay, fine. More salvage data. Oh, and Gragra? What the hell is Gragra? I'm not sure what that is. It's probably contraband. Yeah, outlaw system. Well, that's great. Wonderful. Alright, we check the other side as well. There might be a couple of things there, but I doubt it. So, oh well. Now let's go ahead and get into a new system so we can get a base. And I think I want to set up a base, a nice base. Now, we get all these planets that are here. We can check them out and see what they have on them. And chances are we may or may not find what we're looking for. Oh, there's a Paradise planet. Now, here's the funny thing about that. We happen to just stumble upon the Paradise planet. And we were looking for indium. If you want to find a Paradise planet, though, it may be in perhaps a blue system, then the easiest way to find a Paradise planet, at least increase your chances of finding a Paradise planet, is to set the catalog, to go look for paraffinium or starbulb. If you look for those items, you are guaranteed at least a somewhat pleasant planet, and possibly could be a Paradise planet. We know how to find the indium, but getting the paraffinium will have us be able to find a Paradise planet in order to, get what we want. So you can always, go ahead and do that instead. So we have this, we have start. I'm going to set up I think I should set up a base here in order to have a big batch of that indium. But we can either, like I say, you can either do the paraffinium or you can do the starbulb. Either or is a good indication of you're going to have a Paradise planet, which is what we were looking for. We don't have to deal with the elements and all that shit. Well, crap, this isn't going to help me at all. Yeah, that's mainly water. We need to find our frames where we need to find. I need land, yo. I can land on water, but that's not going to help me find the indium any quicker. Why? Okay, let's try that again. All right, we have, get the indium deposit. Just get the indium that we need, because I can set up a base, but it's going to take time in order for it to extract that out of the ground with the mineral extractor. But if I go in here and use this, here's the thing: if you shrink the focus of the terrain manipulator, you can increase the yield of resources you get from these deposits. I will get a better amount of either indium or copper or salt or any of those ones. If you shrink the space in which the terrain manipulator is firing, you can then, I think it does increase the amount of yield that you get from. I mean, it takes longer, for sure, but I definitely think you increase the yield for how much you can get from one of these deposits. I mean, whoa, hello, yeesh. Okay, come on now. Let's bring our ship over here so we can see what's. Gah! Can we find a place to land? Damn it! Why am we? Okay, well, okay, there we go. I mean, as you can see, I got 273 indium from that little thing. That's enough for me to install the Atlantid Drive. Yeah, so 250 I needed. I got 273. Usually I don't get that much out of everything, but shrinking the ray, the terrain manipulator focus, does help out a lot. But we need more. We need more living. We need to make a living glass. We need to get more. Well, we probably have to get salvage glass, but we need to get. I'm sorry, Atlantidium. Living glass, but we need to wait because my gosh, that's the living glass. We need 600 fungal mold just to make the acid to make the and we just blew through all of our resources building stuff. So it's going to take a while for that. Crap, but we can at least get the base set up in order to get an indium plant going, which would be nice to have for here. I think. Yeah. Oh, I do have. That's right. I do have a lot of stuff left over. So we have enough to make 2 living glass. I only need 1. But actually, never mind. I actually have the living glass. I actually have living glass on me. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't see it yet. There we go. Dumbass figured it out. I knew I figured it out at some point that I had it on me, and I was like, "Why am I going to make it?" And I even had the wrong thing. I don't need the I think it was fascium, I think, or whatever, to make the acid, the lubricant, and make the acid. But yeah, so we can we have enough. I think we have enough. We do. We just need the indium. Wait, it's... Oh, I already... See, that's the weird thing. It's telling me how much I don't have, but I've repaired that piece of it. So now we've got a Atlantid Drive. We can now chase down purple systems and get the big ticket items. But we don't know how to find a purple system yet, because I'm going to, figure out here that I can't scan for it. Like I said, typically what we would do is we would go into space and we would just, look for... we would go into our we would get our catalog guide. My brain just shut down for a second. Go to raw materials and exotic, and we would say quartzite. Quartzite would, take us there. Now, mission abandoned was locate paraffinium. Yeah, we were looking for paraffinium. We know, but now it's not giving us that. That's our current mission. We don't have that. And again, I don't know if that is something because of the way that the abandoned mode works, or if it's because of just we didn't do the quest in order, the voice or whatever. So we can't get quartzite to pin as a mission in order to locate a purple system. So you're going to have to just, like we showed before, going to just have to be able to just feel it out. Look around for systems that are going to have, and I'm saying the same thing happens for methane and for quartz crystallized helium. It's not going to show up. You're going to have to just free explore a little bit and look for a purple planet to show up. Just just zip around the galaxy map and hope that you find one. It could take a while. It took me a while. Oh wait, no, those are out of jump frames. There's not. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be. See, the best, and I tell you what, the best way would I would tell you the best way to do it is to not install the Atlantid Drive. I would say don't install the Atlantid Drive, and then do a search through the galaxy map, and it will say you need an Atlantid Drive, and then you can somehow pin that location, and then reinstall the Atlantid Drive, and then you can go. And then you have to, because just looking at the galaxy map, you're not going to be able to see it because it's not going to tell you what's there, because you can't pin that that recipe or whatever. So yeah, that's what we do. Don't install the Atlantid Drive yet. Go look for a thing. Try to plot a course or try to get it pinned somehow. Then go back and get the Atlantid Drive and then go to that location, because this isn't going to work. You're not going to be able to get it to work this way by doing the raw materials. And like the same thing happens with methane. Same thing happens with crystallized helium. It does not work. So. All right. By next time, we will have locate. See, it says crystallize, launch into space to scan for minerals, but it's not going to show. It's not going to show, and we're not going to be able to find it. So yeah, follow that direction of just trying it the other way without the Atlantid Drive installed, so that you can try to force it to tell you that you need the Atlantid Drive, and then try to get to that planet. Otherwise, you're going to be searching for a while. So. All right. Well, that gets us to this point. I think I finally made it through with everything I wanted to get out. I know I missed a ton of stuff, but I had to do the voiceover and think of it up on the fly. So, all right. We'll see you next time. Thanks for everybody for watching. We appreciate you begging with us with the abandon, liking the response, and we're going to keep going. So we'll talk to you next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.